welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
It is just about time for some American football as the NFL is here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Tonight's a good one here in the AFC. It's the LA Chargers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. Johnson with a return here. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong. Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Play action here with Rodgers. Throw left side, finds front. Brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That one gains 7. And the Steelers have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Jalen Warren. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2nd down, Warren. He's tackled after a gain of about 6. It's 3rd down now.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Gets this one to Freiermuth. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. The big play nets him 17 yards. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
10 at the 39-yard line.
319.
Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Austin makes the grab downfield. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Steelers have a first down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
158.
Trying an inside give to Warren. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become...
Pat Freiermuth, the touchdown. Well, his coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Chargers nothing.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Darius Davis to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. They're led out by the sixth-year pro out of Oregon. Productive his entire career so far. You and I are both big fans of this guy, Justin Herbert.
Just ho-hum, more of the same production from Herbert in year 5. In fact, it was the cleanest football of his career, Kate. 23 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. But he's got to check that box of playoff wins. That's not easy to do in this AFC.
And with that sack in mind, Brock, we all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack. Exactly what he just did.
I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So no initial clapback, at least not immediately. Gonna have to play from a deficit for at least a little while as that opening drive stalls out.
And your hope here offensively is that deficit remains unchanged when you get the ball back the next time, because you do not want to be looking 2 scores down to start this one out.
And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their second drive of the game. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Pressure coming, and they take him down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
This is Warren, headed right. He was descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Tui Pulotu in for the tackle.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
And it's 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers. Complete beyond the marker. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
No doubt they take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Play fake. Here's Rodgers. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it. Right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball. And they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
319!
Going again here, it's Rogers. This finds his target, that's Metcalf. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for the Steelers. First down. First and 10.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
58!
Now we get to Warren, coming right. Running in the red zone. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Warren, and he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. He gets him 3, and this brings up second and goal.
Second and goal.
Looking for it with Warren. He's hit and driven backwards. This is going to force him into third and goal. We're through 1 on Monday Night Primetime. The Steelers have played to an early lead. More coming up after this quick break. It's Steelers ball as we return for the second, and they have to be thinking points here. Now Rodgers on third and goal. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of him.
Boswell able to knock it through, and they come away with some points on that series.
2 drives and both of them ending in points. You don't even mind you only got a field goal there, Kate. They got to be ecstatic, exactly the way they wanted to start this one.
Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, here comes Davis. Escapes the defender. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. The drive starts with an option, right side. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And it's caught. This is Lad McConkey. To the 10. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers start to fight back with their first points of this game. Lad McConkey with a touchdown. Well, Brock, that proved a little too tough to stick to. Turns out it was the right route to get a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, those corner routes can be some high risk at times, but big-time rewards. Think about this for a second, Kate. We talk all the time about the efficiency of a slant route and in breaking, that angle breaking in. Right, higher completion rate, you're throwing something breaking in. You have a corner that breaks out. Obviously, the efficiency may not be there. But boy, touchdowns and big touchdowns can follow when the two stay connected.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Johnson now on the return. And he stopped on the run back of the 27. Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll start the drive with Warren. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Now Rodgers on his 3rd and short. Has him on the quick hitter. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the first. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
The Chargers send wide receiver Lad McConkey set for another drive. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. That one's complete. Amari on Hampton. And he drives it up to the 24. Stopped by the perennial All-Pro and Defensive Player of the Year contender. That's T.J. Watt.
At the 24-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
First down, Chargers.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Out of the gun, here's Hampton. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send it backwards.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Short pass brought in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Herbert from the gun. That one's good to McConkey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Glad McConkey. A gain of 5. First down, Los Angeles.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Running it with Hampton. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
Motioning the tight end left. It's Hampton on 2nd. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
To the air on 3rd and long. Going deep here for the end zone. And he sails that one up the end zone.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight.
They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Rodgers off the play action. Absolutely fires this one right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Warren running between the tackles. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Rodgers going to throw here. Third down. Caught by Freiermuth. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
42-yard line.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First down from the 42.
319.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Targeting the sideline, and Freiermuth has it. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Brings up second and 8.
319.
They'll hand it off to Warren. On the move, past the 40. And this is going to be down to, it looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. They get 19 on that pickup. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
319.
Throw on first. Trying for the deep ball. And that one's going to be incomplete. A deep look, unsuccessful. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. All right, still 10 to go here after they almost had an interception on first down. On second and 10 now, Rodgers. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Play number 8 of this drive, and it's 8 that they need here on third down.
258.
Third and long for him here. He's got his man. This is Austin. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They'll gain 11 on that play. And the Steelers have a first down.
Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
319.
Throwing again, Rodgers. Drop off, caught by his back. He's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Steelers first down. First and 10 at the
From the red zone on first. Look, it isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is second and 16. Rodgers from the gun. Throw left side finds Freiermuth. And this one doesn't go far.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense going with a 4-receiver set, third and long. Here he goes, third and long. Gets this one to Freiermuth. He's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a first and goal. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try to field goal right now. Working out of the gun. Here's Rogers. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know.
And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Steelers will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully down to the final moments, Brock, and then get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers make it a 10-point ball game.
Chargers 7. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Line up the design keeper. So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a 2-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
The party's still going for 2 more quarters, football fans. We're back underway from Brazil. This is Hassan Haskins now to return it. This makes it up to the 25. Los Angeles getting its offense set to go to begin the third. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Hampton to open the drive. And they send it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gives you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
Behind the line, he lost that football, and he mitigates the damage by falling on it, but still a loss on that play.
You know what? Everybody on the field is going to make mistakes. The key is to clean that up as quickly as he can. Ball carrier loses possession, but he doesn't panic and lose composure. Instead, he hops on the ball and he saves the day.
Well, they got the football back, Brock, but things don't look much better. It's 3rd and long. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Even on 3rd and long, he still couldn't bring himself to force a throw right there, and that's okay. As coordinators will like to say, every drive that ends with a kick we can live with. Don't put the ball in harm's way.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The Steelers and Jaylen Warren heading back out there offensively. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he drives that puck backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Warren. And he's down very close to that first, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
It's Warren on 3rd down. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop it, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you can feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Snap should come quicker here. It is 2nd and 10 after the penalty. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Steelers have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Now the top by Adam Thielen. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
319!
Warren here from the gun. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
34 yards. That's another Steelers first down.
What a great sign to start the second half of this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
319!
Pressure coming. Rodgers on him quick, and they bring it down. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Now Rodgers. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
And he's got a free play here. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. But officials. We got to see if this flag is going to take it away.
Offside. Defense.
Well, they got to the end zone with that free play partner, so they will, of course, decline the offsides and take those points. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers take a 3-possession lead.
Chargers 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, it's Haskins. Making some progress here. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Charger offense making its way to the field. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. Look at a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3.
Set. Go.
They send the tight end in motion. First and 10, Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
A gain of 14. First down, Chargers.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Throwing on first is Herbert. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. So they'll head up here, first and 10 from the 34.
Lion.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't get it to Laronde Gadsden the second. And that'll bring up second down.
Second and 10.
They'll toss it to Hampton. And he's going to be bottled out just a few yards into that second down run.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
On third down, Herbert. Into the hands of Gadsden. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers shrinking the lead some in the third. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers cut the lead down to 10.
Chargers 14.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Johnson with a return here. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Steelers and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
3-18. 15.
Play action here with Rodgers. Austin makes the grab downfield. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
3-19.
Trying to get outside here with Warren. Warren finds a couple of yards of space. It's second down.
don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Stand on it! 319!
From the shotgun, here's Rogers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. But at that defense, we're flying around and making the play.
Give 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
9 yards. And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
All right, we reach the final quarter of Monday night. Not by a lot. First and 10 from the 43. To throw, Rogers. Setting up the screen. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet. This is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards. And the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
On the ground with Royal. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
319!
Here's Rogers on first and 10. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, it hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Just couldn't hang on through the contact. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Rogers going to throw here, 3rd down. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's good for us Steelers. First down. First and 10.
Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Shotgun handoff to Roy. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Hey, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here's Rogers. Short throws drops. This one's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
4th down and 9 yards to go.
3rd and long for him here. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Boswell able to knock it through. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. Touchdown and field goals, not going to get it done anymore.
Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, it's Haskins. Shoves one away. missed a big shot. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series.
21. Cap it.
Herbert on first down. On the quick slant, it's Johnston. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. A pickup of 17. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
Los Angeles.
Set.
Herbert from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Brings up second and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Shotgun give to Hampton. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. To the line, here's 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing now, Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. This is caught downfield by Allen. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. How about 19 yards on 4th down, partner? And the call to go for it pays off.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he's got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Completed over the middle. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Herbert now off the play fake. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Going with a screen to Hampton. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, kid, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
And he will have the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers now within 1 score in the 4th. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. On the return, here's Gainwell. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Steelers and Jaylen Warren headed back out there offensively. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Now Warren. Well, this is brought to a stop at the 34-yard line there. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just 1 play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Screen 18. Screen 18.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this hasn't been a common side out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Stand it. Screen 18. Screen 18.
Now they're looking to throw with Rogers. The Chargers get home, and they drop him. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Nickel look by the Chargers here. 3rd down.
Stand it.
Looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Love that call, Brock. Going for the slant route, trying to move the chains, but the defense read it all the way. They had somebody right there ready to knock that ball out.
You know, if there's one thing consistent with you, Kate, you do love that route.
I love that route, man.
You love the slant. I know. It's from your childhood of watching Jerry and Joe and the Niners do it so well. But this defense, they knew what was coming. And he was able to separate that slant from the ball before they could ever get going.
The Chargers send wide receiver Lad McConkey set for another drive. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. And some excellent work to drive them all the way out past the 30-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. It is the 2-minute warning from Sao Paulo. Chargers trail by 6. 1st and 10 from the 32. Hampton now up the middle. Rob Fred, first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Back to throw. Complete here to Hampton. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. Here he is to throw. That one's nabbed by Allen. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
It's a gain of 20. And the Chargers first down.
Motioning left is Johnston. Here he is to throw. Gets him on the quick hitter. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Quentin Johnston. A gain of 5.
Setting up to pass. Hits him on the out route. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
Johnston. It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Los Angeles.
Hampton gets the handoff. Allen continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Running clock adding a sense of urgency to these proceedings. Throwing now. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Down by 6. No choice but to go for this.
Set.
They've got a man in motion. Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on down.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
The Steelers offense headed out. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
You know, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
checking the win column for the Steelers. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say ciao from Sao Paulo.